Well, it's Uncommon Fossil today, presenting another Snorlax deck. It feels like I'm doing way too much control style deck stuff, but Pokemon just prints these cards that make it really well. So hey, eventually Snorlax will rotate, actually early next year, so we can move on to other things at that point. But until then, I'm not going to be all Snorlax, but I'm not going to avoid it either. Right, Snorlax, the block ability, as long as the active spot, your opponent can't retreat. Very good, and just super easy. Also play one copy of Mimikyu. We can't attack with it because we don't have the psychic energy, but Safeguard ability prevents damage from EX and Vs. That's good. One Rotom V, standard stuff thus far. Can't attack once again because it doesn't have lightning energy, but instant charge, you can draw to 3 cards in hand. Just one copy. I do have 2 Hisuian heavy balls, and I think it's okay. And honestly, with this deck, if I don't get Rotom V and play immediately, I think I can get by. And that's because I'm playing 2 different Tatsugiris, both of the Dragon Tatsugiris. The main one that I like with this deck, 70 HP, they both have 70 HP, retreat cost of 1 for both. This one has survival strategy. This one I can attack with. This is an attack. And you search your deck for up to 2 colorless energies. I play 4 double turbo. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. That's very good in and of itself with a control style deck. But then this is what makes it great with Snorlax. And I was kind of kicked myself when I saw this. I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? Then you shuffle your deck, of course, after you pick the 2 cards, and then you may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So Tatsugiri, attack, draw, search out any 2 cards I want in the deck, and then send back up Snorlax into the active. You can't do it every turn unless you're switching out the Snorlax, which you're not always doing, but honestly, if your Snorlax sitting in the active, usually you're in a happy place anyway, so it's okay that you can't do this every turn. You do it often enough, it works. Then also one copy of the other Dragon Tatsugiri with the Attract Customers ability. Once during your turn, its Pokemon in the active spot, you can look at the top 6 cards in your deck, reveal a supporter, and you put it into your hand. So good there. We do play Rescue Board, right? So it gives it free retreat. So we can then get a supporter, retreat into Snorlax. We prefer the other Tatsugiri, but this one has value as well along the way. So I'm liking this deck, I will say. So I'm finding a good mix of Pokemon. It's relatively straightforward, but a little bit of interest, which I think is a good place to be. 4 double turbos, so you could cut it to 3 because you really only need 1 over the course of the game. I just put 4 in because I want to hit it, right? 4 just increases the odds of getting it early. So that's why that's there. Getting Pokemon in play, 4 Nest Balls. Playing 1 Buddy-Buddy Poffin, which you don't normally play with Snorlax because I have the 2 Tatsugiris and the Mimikyu that are all searchable with Buddy-Buddy Poffin, so playing that. And then to 2 Hisuian heavy balls, partly because I'm only playing 1 Rotom V, and you want to get, and I also think the Tatsugiris are important, or for Snorlax's prize, so having 2, there's a decent enough games that I think a second copy is useful. All right, just kind of go through things in order. 2 Defiance Vest reduces damage by 40 if you're behind in prizes, and you're going to get behind in prizes, so that's okay. This is generally better. I also do play 2 copies of Bravery Charm, but once you're behind in prizes, unless you're getting 1 shot because that difference of 10 damage, Defiance Vest is usually better. 4 copies of Counter Catcher, Gust is part of what this deck wants because we want to get something stuck in the active. 2 Misfortune Sisters. It had 1. I put a second copy in, and also placed 2. Where's the other? Eri. 2 copies of this, right? They kind of complement each other. They do different things, and sometimes one or the other is better depending on the deck you're up against and hand size for your opponent. This one, your opponent reveals their hand. You discard 2 items, so big hand. Eri, I prefer that. Misfortune Sisters, look at the top 5 cards in their deck, discard any number of item cards you find there, so you can get potentially more item cards than with Eri, but so you're looking at a different place. Also, we're trying to ultimately win by decking out, so thinning their deck is good too. So that's just another thing. Even if it's not a critical item, thinning their deck gets to the end game faster. 1 team yells cheer. I cut the Pidgeot V, so this is part of the package to make the deck infinite. Accompanying Flute, 4 copies of this. It's a bit hit or miss, but it's very good when it hits, and you want to get it, hopefully. You want to hit it early. You want to get the card and get something into play, because that's when their opponent's most vulnerable. You reveal the top cards of your opponent's deck. You can choose any number of basic Pokemon you find there, put them onto the bench. We want things in play we can get trapped. So you don't want to let your opponent fill up their bench with attacking good Pokemon. You want to get them to have ideally a couple Pokemon that they can attack with. Then they have a hard time touring or collapsating multiple Pokemon at play. So as many of those useless Pokemon in play. That's what we want. One copy of Artazon. That's not the only stadium, but it just helps get set up there. So put a basic non-rollbacks Pokemon, such as Snorlax, onto your bench. Erika's Invitation. You look at the opponent's hand, which is good anyway. Hand knowledge is always useful in a game. And you put a basic Pokemon you find there onto the bench. And if you do that, it actually goes into the active. So that's good, right? So now it actually acts as a gust and getting something on the bench. So just another way to get something stuck in the active. That's what this deck is about here. Playing Prime Catcher. There's different ways you can go with the ace spec, partly because of the Tatsugiris and their ability to either attack or just search for a supporter. I like being able to have that extra switch, but not just to gust my opponent, of course, that's good, but also switch on my side. So Prime Catcher's the way I've gone here. One copy Cyllene, 2 Prime Catchers. That along with the Team Yell's Cheer essentially makes the deck infinite. You could obviously get unlucky, and it depends what's prized, whether you have access to all those, but you're basically not going to deck out with this deck. And 1 copy of Roxanne. It's very good at some times, so I like having a copy of it there. 4 copies of Penny, just super good there. Put the basic all attached cards back into your hand, so good there. The Pokemon, any tools, any energy, super nice there. 1 copy TM Devolution. I like having the copy of that. Again, I can recover that with Cyllene. So just 1 copy, but that can really shut down your opponents as well. 1 Temple of Sinnoh. It can be good, right? Make special energies just 1 colorless energy. I'm not always getting a ton of value out of it. If you wanted to cut a card, I would put Temple of Sinnoh as one of the prime candidates there. 4 copies of Arven, a tool, and an item. Good with this deck. 2 Boss's Order, 1 Super Rod, put Pokemon, we don't have any basic energy, back into the deck. That's good there. 1 Iono, and 2 Rescue Board, gives retreat cost is reduced by 1, which works for Mimikyu and Rotom, but it's really here mainly for the 2 Tatsugiri. So that's the list. I think it's fairly straightforward for a Snorlax deck. I've tweaked, obviously shifted things around, added these Tatsugiris and made some other adjustments, more the double turbos, but it's proving to be a solid deck works pretty well and not too difficult to play, I'm finding. But let's go take a look at the deck in action. All right, let's see how things go. We'll find out if we're first or second. At this point, I'm choosing to go first with the deck. Obviously, playing a supporter if you're in first turn, if you go second, has its advantages, but your opponent has less on turn, their starting Pokemon, they have less control than they do later in the game. So getting something they don't want stuck in the active for a few turns can be really good. So my opponent's choosing to go second, so that, they're getting what they want. So that's what I wanted, but I'm going to stick the Snorlax in the active and just not in turn, but say done there. All right, the Tatsugiri. Okay, so they have Squawkably stuck in the active, which is quite nice as well. Let's see what's here. Do I have the Rotom V? I do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop down the Tatsugiri as well. And I'm not going to play the Mimikyu at this point because I'm not sure, and just use Instant Charge. So not a bad start. Would have liked to get another Snorlax down, but that's okay. They have Squawkably stuck in the active, so my opponent may already be in trouble. Oh, Lunatone. How about that? Lunatone Soul Rock. All right. Going old school there. I like that. I like that. You can't probably see in online looking, but since the update, I'm recording the day after the 10-hour update. Now, what did they discard there? Research. An alternate art. Professor Willow. Okay. I'm not used to seeing that one. All right, got the Flittle going. I think there's a whole lot of Flittles one can choose from. So research, okay. So they played out their hand and got a bunch of fresh. Okay, so my tools are not going to be effective. So good. So that's good for my opponent. I just have to keep that in mind. So the other Tatsugiri, where it looks for supporter and then tries to retreat using the tool, that's not going to happen here. But that's okay. So we'll see what they do here, right? They can't retreat. They can accelerate one energy into play. No, they're doing that with sun energy, so I'm not quite sure why they attack Squawkabilly. I mean, they can do 10 damage or 20 damage to me, but that's not getting them very far. Getting another Lunatone down. Wait, so they only have one Soul Rock. Okay. All right, we'll see how this all goes. So do 20 to me, and I don't think they have any energy to accelerate. So they need to flood the board with psychic energies, right? That's their plan. So I can't Erika's invitation, so I will Eri. That's my play there. Get that Nest Ball. Let's see what's in their hand. So got the Mewtwo in hand, which is going to do some damage. The Luminous Energy. Okay. So drop this guy down. And I think I want to drop down the Mimikyu, because they can deal with the Mimikyu, but now the Mewtwo and the Meowth and such, they can't. The Mimikyu is going to force them to think things slightly differently, right? That's Rescue Board is good. I can bump the stadium. I have one stadium myself. I don't play Lost Vacuum. Maybe I should put that in the deck. I don't have any way to get rid of a tool that I don't like. Wow, they attached the Luminous Energy to the Soul Rock. That one's okay. Well, I guess then they could attack with the Soul Rock, right? They do hit me for weakness, so I guess that's what they're thinking. Interesting. Okay. So we'll see what they do here. Doing 20 more damage. So not doing much. So, getting that Snorlax stuck there is quite good. I think I will Misfortune Sisters. Just try to get rid of some stuff. All right, Ultra Ball, Heavy Ball. What else? And those are all 3 Psychic Energies. Okay. So got rid of what I could. I will attach my tool. Eventually I will bump the stadium. And I don't really think I need to... I have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin and a Nest Ball, but I don't think I need anything else in play at the moment. So instant charge. I have 2 Snorlax in play, so I'm happy. I'm just chilling there. Erika's invitation kind of are mocking me because they're completely useless because my opponent got their bench filled, but that's a good job, right? When you're up against a control deck. So they're going to... They missed the knockout by 1, right? So they're going to knock me out next turn, which is okay. It's okay. What do I want to do here? I don't have Penny in here. Oh, I do have Penny. So maybe I'll Penny this turn? I'm going to Penny. I don't know if I like that, but it's okay. Maybe I should have done something different. I don't know. Anyway, that's the play I made. Instant charge. I have Pal Pad to do. I got Boss. That's really good. So, yeah, I want to Boss for sure. The Boss gets tricky though. Okay, so they're bossing me. What are they going to take out? Taking out the Tatsugiri, I guess. Or maybe they're not. Actually, they're not going to get the knockout. That's okay. I mean, this is very nice for me. Very, very nice. So, oh, that's great. They got that energy back into play there. So I'm gonna, right, they do 50. They don't knock me out. Super awesome. I'm gonna attach the double turbo. I'm gonna retreat to the bench. I'm gonna, I gust up Squawkabilly. They have a lot of energy, so it's gonna get awkward at some point, but this part's okay. If I fall behind the prizes, that's okay as well. And I guess I want to get rid of their stadium, I think, as part of this. So is my stadium here? I have 2 stadiums, that's right. So Artazon and I'll grab Bravery Charm. I'm not behind on prizes yet, right? So yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. And I can switch. I don't have to switch, but I want to switch. So got them in an awkward spot there. Getting that Squawkabilly stuck in the active again. So they may have a switching card. Okay. So what do I want to do here? I will bump their stadium. Drop this tool on here. And do I want to... Do I want a penny or a... Huh. I'm just going to Rotom V at this point. I'm just trying to think. I don't really... Okay. That's okay. I guess I should team Yell Cheer. I should have teamed Yell's Cheer last time, right? So they're starting the slow sprinkling damage on. I mean, it's incredibly slow, this process for them. But I don't think and they haven't taken a prize yet. So I'm not loving their chances, is what I'll say. So I'll grab those, put those cards back in. I'm going to wait on the Pal Pad till I'm going to use the Pal Pad. Well, what do I have? Actually, those are good cards, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to Pal Pad as well, and then maybe if I don't need something else next turn, I will Cyllene. And that just keeps, because this is proving to be a fairly slow game. So I need to be prepared for lots of looping. So, yeah, getting the Pal Pad back is is kind of key with Cyllene. I have Yell's Cheer to get that back. So, yeah, I've just got an absurdly big hand here. So Cyllene. If I don't get heads, and I missed both coin flips, but the way the deck is, I can play Cyllene a lot of times. I gotta say, a lot of times. Okay, good. Got Eri, because they don't have many cards in hand, so I might want to hold off on that. Although I'd like another supporter in the deck before I'd actually leave in like more than one. So they're just grinding away super slowly, and I'm gonna Iono here because I just have to wait too many. I want to start getting, I want to get more cards in their hands so I can start hitting stuff that they have. And what do I have now? I have... Okay, I'm going to wait till Pal Pad is best once Team Yell's Cheer's in there. So Accompanying Flute isn't useless this game unless they scoop up something off the bench, right? So they're getting rid of my stadium or my tool. We'll see what they do. If they have another... okay, so that means they probably don't play another jamming tower, or else they would not have made that play. So I could drop the Defiance Vest on. We'll see. I play... Oh, so Secret Box? Okay. Now, the nice thing is they discard 3 cards, but they're gonna do something this turn. That's good for them. So we'll see how this all goes, how this plays out. I imagine they're going to take a prize or multiple prizes if it's Rotom V. They get rid of. Did I play I do play a Rod, right? Yeah, I haven't discarded it yet. So they're taking a look at their prizes with Heavy Ball. They don't have any room for any Pokemon. But just seeing what their prizes are, seeing what they got to work with, right? Because it's they need to figure out their strategy for how they're going to win this game. I guess they can just be using Squawkabilly's attack to accelerate energies. Oh, they got another jamming tower, so that Okay. I mean, that's kind of a little odd. It's a little odd there. Let's see. So I have sight, so I'd like to get my stadium back. I do have Temple of Sinnoh, but Temple of Sinnoh is awkward for me because it shuts down what I need. It shuts down my own energy. So, you know, they're getting a lot of energy into play, which is, that part's good for them. I'll just Misfortune Sisters and just wait. If they take a knockout, I'm okay at this point. And just, you know, tons of energy. So getting rid of an Ultra Ball, I don't think they need that, but, you know, they're that much closer to decking out. That's oh, I need to. Sorry, I forgot. I thought that was my I was thinking, oh, that was my attack, but it's certainly not my attack. So Temple of Sinnoh could be good. Then I attach a second double turbo. So what do they want to hit into? They want to take out the Rotom V, which I get. I completely get that. So, but this is pretty good here, right? So the nice, you know, but I have 2 Counter Catcher here, so I'm going to gust up Squawkabilly once they take this knockout. I assume they have the knockout. I mean, they have they do 340 damage, so yes, they have the knockout without a problem. Oh, that's right. I shouldn't have attached the rescue board here. That was dumb. It doesn't matter. My tool doesn't work, but I don't need it. Let's see, what else do I have? Just I don't need the Rotom V back. So I will Counter Catcher here. See how long they keep playing the game. That's part of this whole thing. All right, I'll Heavy Ball. Do I have anything in here? Heavy Ball. Did I play Heavy Ball this game? I might have. So one Eri. Oh, my Prime Catcher's prize, so I'm not getting that. Okay. It's good to know that. I'll drop that down. And let me just try to get rid of some cards from them if I can. Okay. Flittle and a bunch of energies, right? Okay. So that's good. I think I want a Cyllene too, actually. I want my stadium. And wait, is Cyllene in the pride? Is Cyllene discarded now? Okay, and I have Pal Pad, so I guess I want Team Yellow's Cheer, maybe. Okay. So that's okay. Send him up. And that's okie dokie. So probably Team Yellow's Cheer. I'm gonna play my stadium. So, and once I get my tool attached and working, they do 0 damage to me. So, that's all really good for me. So, do this here. I will drop a second energy on here. Yeah, I will Team Yellow's Cheer. I think that's pretty good. I want Cyllene and the Misfortune Sisters just to speed things along. At some point, I might want the Iono back as well, but that's fine. And I'll drop down another Snorlax. Why not? And just end turn. Okay. So now they're doing 0 damage to me. I'm not going to get knocked out. I'm not drawing with Rotom V. And my opponent conceded because they probably had no way out of the lock that I had on. So look, the deck works very well. Tatsugiri, it's not getting used every turn, but it is getting, it gets used just a little bit, and getting any 2 cards you want are super, super nice, and even moved up the ladder that game. That's super nice. Oh, okay. I should start commentating, shouldn't I? Sorry, just sitting there waiting for things to happen. The game starts of these games are always often slow as you kind of wait for coin flips to happen, your opponent to choose heads and tails and whatnot. So going second, which is okay. It gives them a chance to. I get Snorlax in play, so that part's good, and I can play a supporter. I can play Arven, so Irida. Excalibur, alternate arts there, so they a blinged out deck, which is perfectly fine. And sometimes you gives a little bit glimpse into the personality of your opponent, which sometimes, besides being interesting to see what people like to play, if it gives you a sense of how they might play the game, it's useful. Not that it's going to be very useful. All right, so I certainly draw for Mulligan. Counter catcher, super nice. Bidoof, oh, that's awesome. So this is exactly what I wanted, right? So I have Penny. Oh, I don't want a Penny. I Arven. I get Rotom V down. This is really good, right? The problem, I open them up with they're going to play boss. They play some boss in deck, I'm pretty certain. So once I boss a non-Snorlax, they can gust them up. But I could just keep, but they also play a switcher too, and they may play Canceling Cologne as well. Okay, so that's not terrible from their standpoint. It's not good. I mean, they're not happy. I gotta assume. Okay, let me look at the deck. Do I have, is Rotom V in the deck? It is not. So I want the Heavy Ball. And I want Bravery Charm. I mean, this is a turn where, so got the Rotom. Okay, one counter catcher, one of the bosses is there. Okay, those are those are important cards to note. So we'll see what happens. Temple of Sinnoh is not going to be any use here. If they play Jamming Tower, though, Temple of Sinnoh has some value. Okay, Buddy-Buddy Poffin. I can get down at least my Tatsugiri attached to the double turbo. That has value. Probably don't play the other Tatsugiri down. That maybe should go from the deck, honestly, as I'm playing it. I'm not really doing. I've used it some. I have used it, though. I mean, so I have definitely used it, but not a ton. Okay, so they can attack with the barrel. They two-shot me. And if I get my tool attached, I think the other tool on we had the prizes, I think they three-shot me, because then they're doing 60, and I'm at 150, so they'd be three-shotting me. But even at this, I have Penny, so it's not terrible. The Mimikyu might have value as well, because Chen Pao can't get him. Obviously they're good. They play Radiant Ridge. Wow, why'd they do? Well, I thank you very much, but they benched another Bidoof. That is, yes, that might have been the only card searchable with that Buddy-Buddy Poffin, but that is not good. That's another target for my gusting. Going to make your life worse off. So that was, I think, a pretty big mistake there. They really do have these alternate arts, though. Look at that Frigibacks. Pretty sweet looking. I guess it was that what the other one was too. Okay. So I will do this. See what they have. Anything there? Nothing there. Okay. I'm gonna drop down. I think I want to hold off on the Mimikyu. I want the Tatsugiri. I'm just gonna drop down the Tatsugiri at this point. Slap my energy onto him. And no, I don't want a Cyllene. No, so I need to get some cards. I need to get another Snorlax down. That's part of what needs to happen. All right, I might just use the. Well, do I want to use Rescue Prime Catcher? I might. That way I can get a Snorlax in play and like a boss in hand. Well, those would be two really nice cards to get in hand, a Snorlax and a boss. So they're going to probably switch this turn. That's the nice thing. They play Iridas. So they switch into Gen PAL. I set up Tatsugiri though, and this is okay. And the nice thing is they now do not have Greninja in play, and they don't have any bench space for Greninja, Radiant Greninja. So I think I might drop down my Mimikyu. Right, so I don't. Unfortunately, I have Prime Catcher, right? So I send up the Rotom V because I need the Prime Catcher into Tatsugiri. The problem right now is I don't have. If I don't get Snorlax in play, I'm in some big trouble here. Oh, they missed the knockout. They missed the knockout. Oh, that's wow. They didn't get the energies they needed. So that is really sweet. Really bad for them. Really, really bad for them, honestly. So I think I want to gust up somebody again. I'm going to gust up the Bidoof because they need to evolve him. I mean, that was just, that Bidoof wasn't the right play, I'm pretty certain. And I could Penny, but I don't think I need to Penny here, right? And I don't really want these supporters. So let's see what we get here. Actually, what's the rare candy status here? Just one. Okay, that's because at some point I think I want to ditch there. So I'm gonna grab I'll grab a boss, and I'm gonna grab an Eri. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, that makes me happy. Send up the Snorlax. He doesn't have the tool, so he's a softer target. I might just Penny the guy on the bench just to get my tool moved across. We'll see. I mean, my opponent's in a lot of trouble, I think. I think the fact that they started the Bidoof wasn't great. I don't know if they had a choice about that. I don't remember the start of the game what they did, whether they benched a Pokemon before they drew for turn. So they got Prime Catcher. So okay, I mean that's pretty good for me though. Now if they disrupt me with a supporter, I'll be sad. Actually, but now they activate my counter catcher too. So this is actually good. Falling behind in prizes is actually very good. Yeah, that's they got to do something that turn, but all in all, it's gonna puts them in a worse spot this game. That's what I will say. I would really like. Okay, so this is good. This is good. So drop down into the Snorlax. Just gotta peek in my deck a little bit here. See what else I'm working with. Okay. They just have one rare candy in the discard pile, so I'm not gonna win that battle yet. So I'm going to Eri, and then I'm going to Prime Catcher. Okay. Lost Vacuum. I think I want that. Well, let me get rid of the Superior Energy Retrievals, actually, right? That's better, I think. There. I will Prime Catcher up the Bidoof again. And I will search my deck for 2 cards, right? What do I want to grab here? Let's see. I have a boss, so I think I want another. I think I'm liking this play here. I could have gone for a tool as well, but I once the Snorlax sits back in the active spot again, I can start Rotom Ving as well, right? The Tatsugiri is more of when my Snorlax gets knocked out, I send the Tatsugiri, I get myself set up, and I sit in that nice little pocket, that little bubble of Snorlax protection. I sit in, and then I just Snorlax Rotom V, but then that bubble gets disrupted. They gust, they take the knockout, send it to Tatsugiri, get any 2 cards I want, and I'm back in business. So they can evolve into another barrel. If they have it in deck, I don't know. Okay, and they do, and that's fine. but, you know, I don't know that they don't play a ton of switch cards, right? They played a Prime Catcher and a switch, so I don't know if they have much more for switching. I don't think they have enough switch to win this game. I really don't. So, but time will tell. Okay, so that is the third one. You're right, getting back energies is good too. I mean, they can hit into me. If they do, I will Penny. And then I guess I counter catcher up the other barrel, maybe. I don't know. I got to think about that. So I need to get the tool. Then if they hit whatever happens here, if they hit heads, I penny, and I could penny anyway, but there's no reason to penny until I'm a turn away from getting knocked out. If they hit heads, okay, I lose in my hand. I get 6 cards though, so I should get something useful. Okay, I mean those are fine. So I'll Eri here, try to get rid of some useful cards from their deck. If they hit heads, you know, it is what it is. Honestly, if they ultimately knock him out, then I promote the Tatsugiri and I get 2 cards. I get just set up back in the pocket again, right? That is just the way it is. So I think that other Snorlax is in deck, right? So let me do that first. Yeah, so that's good. Again, just kind of glancing through, just seeing what cards. Not looking for any particular target, but just want to see what's there. I will do this. See if there's anything useful. Canceling Cologne, super awesome there. And Earthen Vessel, Buddy-Buddy Poffin, they don't need. And if they play down the stadium, I'm a big fan of that. So Canceling Cologne was a great card to get rid of. They didn't use it, so that's good. For me, they could have used it and they could have done something, but they chose not to. I mean, it would have only got, they could have taken like Rotom V, or they could have taken out a Snorlax, but again, the lot continues, so I'm not sure it really would have been good enough for them. So at this point, I just leave the Snorlax here. I might just wait till they knock him out even, and then promote the Tatsugiri. I could penny them beforehand if I feel like it. Okay, so they're going to boss. They want the Tatsugiri. They want the Rotom V. They can retreat into the Chien Pao. I have a boss, so it's all good. It's all good. Life is good. That's all I can say still with this deck. It's just, it's just flowing. So, it's chilling. Snorlax is taking his nap, and it's all working well. Get cards from the deck. I'm all in favor of that because I'm going to win by decking out. And the sooner you get there, the better. I lose Rotom V as a play. I could rot it back. I honestly don't even think I care about Rotom V that much, though. So, they're running down on resources, so it's okay, right? It's okay. So, gust up the barrel without any energy, so yep, they do that. I just send up the Tatsugiri. I'm not going to bench. I don't think I want to drop down the Rotom V because then that's 2 knockouts potentially. At this point, they need 3 knockouts. I don't think they can make it happen. So I will boss here up this barrel, and I just do I want a Pal Pad here, by the way? I think I wait on that. Alright, so Tatsugiri. What do I want here? I want this guy. I think I want Defiance Vest as well. Defiance Vest, counter catcher. And I am in great business with that. Okay. Yeah, so that's great. And I will send up a Snorlax. Obviously, I'd like to get Defiance Vest on him now, but, if I can't, that's all right. Can they attack this turn? Maybe. I don't know. They're down to 1 Superior Energy Retrieval. You know, if I get the chance, I'll play Misfortune Sisters, just try to get rid of some stuff, just getting them closer to decking out. They've gotten half their prizes. You know, things are getting a little awkward here. Look, it's getting to the point where potentially they could make it happen. They're just looking in their deck there, right? What's the rare candy situation, by the way? They have 2 rare candies. If I wanted to TM Devolution is my question. I don't have the cards for it now anyway, but Arven gets me the tool. I'd have to draw into the energy though. But I have 3 energies in deck. I think they're all in deck. One of the, I don't think, maybe one's prized at the most. So thinking about what to do. Hopefully they're still playing, right? At some point they may just stop playing, which is unfortunate. If that does, I will just kind of pause the commentary. I'll play out and stop the video and just cut to the end. I've been doing that from time to time anyway. So, okay. So they got back, Iron Hands. Oh, now that they're showing all 3 cards in what used to be split up between 2 lines. So that's fine. So I will Misfortune Sisters, see what I can get. Rare candy's good. So that's the 3rd rare candy gone. So if do they play 4? They might. I'll drop the Defiance Vest on there, and I will end turn. Right? Oh, maybe I should have Pal Padded. Should I Pal Padded? Get back the boss. Get back the Eri. I'm thinking maybe I should have done that. So Erika, okay, so they're gonna get an attack off this turn. Well, maybe not. Okay, they don't have any switching cards because I assume where they would have gotten it. They got Rod, so they're prolonging the game at this point. I can get rid of the Rod, which is good here. So, which is what I will do. Oh no, I can't. I don't have the right supporter for that, do I? So, so I'll Pal Pad, get back a boss, and I'll grab Misfortune Sisters. Eri could be good too, but I'm gonna do that. And I think I just end turn here, right? I don't really need anything, do I? No, actually, I'd like to get another tool, right? Oh, I don't have the tool I want. I don't have another vest. My vest is grabbed there, huh? Okay, so let's grab this counter catcher. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That might have been a mistake, and I will just end turn. So we'll see what happens. You know, if they send up the Chien Pao, they knock me out. They're 3-shotting me. I guess I'm just it's starting to pass here now, right? I don't think at this point there's anything I need. They're gonna deck out first. Eventually I will draw into Misfortune Sisters, and I'll play that. Kind of help finish this process off. So just end turn. Don't need any more Pokemon in play. So my opponent, you know, just waiting to get energy, I guess. The problem is look, at this point, they have 2 Barrels in play, and I don't know if they can get enough energy going. TM Devolution does have value, but just wait on that, right? There's 3 rare candies. At this point, I have to switch also, which I don't really want to do. What I would do is I would send up a different Snorlax and TM Devolution. I could Penny. I need energy, though, to do that as well. And I might just do that. I don't know if they can make that work, so I would have liked to have gotten rid of that Rod. I didn't. You know, I'm not overly concerned about that. What did they get back? 3 cards? Yeah, three energies. I mean, they can attach and they can attack, but, you know, I'm just going to gust up something else, so it's not like... That's actually kind of nice, the energy, so I'm going to drop the energy down here because I actually might want that energy. Because I might want to TM Devolution. I could have done it that turn, actually. Maybe I should have. Let's see what they do here. I do have my I do have Cyllene in the deck, right? So I have Cylene's prize. I can't get it out of the prizes. Okay, stacking the top of their deck, which is fine. All right, I might as well do something here. I will penny this guy up. Send it to Snorlax. I'm going to drop this guy back down. I'm going to TM Devolution. I'm going to drop back the Defiance Vest back down here. And I'm going to devolve and see if they can do anything about that. I mean, the barrels, they're going to slap back down, right? It's really, can they get rid of the, can they get Baxcalibur down? And it's possible that they can't, right? I might have just taken that away. They might have, you know, they can have a 4th rare candy. Do they play 4? Do they play 3? I don't know. Even if they play 4, 1 could be prized, right? So we'll see what happens here. Again, yeah, they evolve the Chupa barrels. And we'll see what happens here. Not a lot's going on. Okay, I mean, they're doing things, but this game is going very slowly, so just end turn. I have boss, so once they attack once, I just gust up the other barrel, right? And they have to start attaching to him. I'm guessing it looks like they might not be able to get down another Baxcalibur. All right, well, this is good, hopefully. See what I hit here. See what else is in the deck. And some energies. Just thinning the deck, right, just gets that much closer to the game being done. So they're trying stuff. You know, they're thinking that if they can start attacking the barrel and hit heads enough, maybe they can win. I don't, you know, I know that they can't. I mean, I guess if they disrupt my hand enough, maybe, and I don't do well drawing cards. So if they hit me, if they get the hit here, I will. They got tails, so that's perfectly fine. I think I will wait before I counter catcher. No reason to rush things here. And I might penny and counter catcher all the same turn, just kinda. And at this point, the Frigivax is good to gust up as well. I mean, it's all... Uh-oh. Okay, good. I got the little blue circle was spinning next to my mouse arrow, and that got me concerned that things got disconnected. And maybe there was a connection issue there. I don't know briefly, but it seemed to clear up. And I assume my opponent's still playing, so... They flipped heads. I'll penny him up. I will gust up the barrel. I mean, you know. So I will play the penny. I could Tatsugiri, actually, but I don't think there's even any reason to do that. I will counter catcher at this point. The other barrel. Drop this guy down. Why not? And just end turn. Okay. I mean, I could have Tatsugiri. The thing is, there's nothing I need. So I kind of figured, why bother? Why take the time? At this point, I have what I need in hand. If there's other cards I need in the deck, if I get Iono'd, I'm more likely to hit a card I need, right? So it looks like my opponent's going to play it out. We'll see if they concede, right, at this point. Are they going to Iono me? Are they going to play an Iono or something? I don't know. So lost vacuum. They're going to get rid of my tool. So that's a really good tool. I'm losing. Is that... Okay. So... And that's fine. And I will... just end turn there. Is the other Defiance Vest in the discard pile or not? Maybe I should have Arvened. I should have played Arven, got back the Defiance Vest, I guess. I have Penny, though, so it doesn't really matter. And honestly, I'll gust up Frigivax then. but they have nothing in deck. So I think, you know, they're playing it out to the bitter end. I think. I mean, they you know, hopefully they don't play an Iono here. If they do, that's fine. You know, it is what it is. So so got the win, a slow game, and we'll see if they concede or not. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. So end turn, and I get the win because they deck out. And hey, a long, slow game, but that's part of what you need to be prepared for with Snorlax. You don't, you know, if you're not in the mood for games like this, don't play this deck. That's one. It's a fair warning. But look, it's a very good deck. I like the Snorlax. I mean, Snorlax is good. I like the Tatsugiri in the deck. It brings something, particularly, right? It's searching for any 2 cards and then sending back up the Snorlax. Super nice. And I really, you know, look, I don't want to see a ton of Snorlax all the time on the ladder. Nobody does. But to give this a try with the Tatsugiri, I think it pairs very nicely with Snorlax and makes for a fun deck to play. Have some fun, play some Pokemon, and take care.